Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Carolyn. In this video, I want to chat about some makeup and beauty products that I'm no longer buying. I know that underconsumption core is kind of trending right now on YouTube and TikTok. I've actually been wanting to film a video like this before I found out about underconsumption core. I'm not sure exactly when the underconsumption trend started becoming a thing. The underconsumption core trend started becoming a thing, but I just found out about it like within a couple months ago, I think. But previously, like for the past couple years or even before then, I've seen videos of people talking about things that they're no longer buying. So I have been wanting to do this video for a long time. I just haven't gotten around to it. But anyway, if you're interested in hearing about the beauty products, makeup products that I'm no longer going to be purchasing, then just keep on watching. Real quick before I get into the video, I did want to say that I filmed this look I posted it as a short on my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get in the habit of filming my looks before I film videos, just because and the people have commented about my eyeshadow and what palette I'm wearing and that kind of thing. I will try to link the short if I can. I'm not actually sure how that works. I haven't done that before, but it's at least within my shorts. Anyway, on to the video topic. If you haven't heard about underconsumption core, it's kind of a response, I guess. I don't really know exactly how it started or when it started, but I feel like it's a response to kind of like the overconsumption in general. There's been for several years over consuming within the beauty world. Even when I started watching YouTube back in like 2008, I was buying a lot more makeup than the average person needs or can use. So it's been a common thing for a long time. Within TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, there are a lot of influencers or just regular people showing all of the new beauty products and makeup, and a lot of it is kind of pushing products onto you, saying like, you need this, you need that. So that underconsumption core is kind of a response to that. People will be showing like, oh, they just have one water bottle, because there's the whole Stanley mug obsession that's been happening. A lot of us have always kind of lived this underconsumption core lifestyle. Like, I just have one water bottle. It's been my only main water bottle since I got it. And with skincare and hygiene products and all that, I tend to use something up and then replace it, and I think that's what a lot of us tend to do. But there are a lot of people in the beauty space who have a skincare collection or a makeup collection with like 30 different foundations and concealers, and this isn't trying to shame anyone for their spending habits or anything like that. This is more for people that are kind of like me, who aren't getting PR, who can't afford to get any and everything that we want. I can't afford to get everything I want. So yeah, I just want to emphasize that this isn't trying to shame anyone for buying those things. If you have the money, then that's great. I think a lot of us don't, like with the economy the way it is and inflation, and most of us can't afford that. So this is kind of more of like me saying I'm kind of in a similar boat. It's kind of like how I enjoy watching project panning videos, which is people using up their makeup, because it inspires me to like use up things and to not buy things and get use out of all of my makeup and skincare, or use up things before buying new things. It's just kind of motivating to see other people do things that you're trying to do, and just kind of nice to see people on this platform who are focused more so on using what they have and not buying things. Because I do watch a lot of other kind of beauty YouTube, and a lot of it is what I should be buying, and I still enjoy those videos, but I do have things where I kind of draw the line as like, I'm not buying this, so I'm not really influenced to buy these things that I've kind of drawn the line on. So that's what this list is, are those things that I'm not buying, that I'm not being influenced to buy. Some of these things are things I'm not buying until I use up what I have, and at that point I will be maybe considering buying said products. But I have watched a lot of different videos on this topic of makeup I'm not buying anymore, and I really enjoy those types of videos, and hopefully this can kind of give you some ideas on thinking about things that you don't want to buy. Maybe they're the same things as me, some of the same things, or totally different things, but just kind of think about things that you would rather have your money go towards other things besides more makeup or skincare or whatever. So anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna get started on the actual products that I'm not gonna buy anymore. So first thing is a dedicated nighttime moisturizer. So I will, in the morning time, I use a sunscreen, but that kind of doubles as my moisturizer. So this is more for nighttime, because I used to get like dedicated nighttime facial moisturizers, but I started getting, like, this is an example of skincare or body lotions that have skincare, skin loving type ingredients. Like, you're not gonna want to get heavily fragranced like Bath and Body Works type lotions for your face. I got this at Costco with another same size bottle as this, and then a mini one, and it was like the cost of one moisturizer, but that was at Costco, so it was a good deal. But considering cost per ounce and all of that, body moisturizers are gonna be way more cost effective. And Lubriderm is good. Gold Bond has a lot of great lotions that have skincare ingredients, and I've learned this tip from like Dr. Dre, and other dermatologists on YouTube have recommended using a body lotion on your face. That is an option, and it's a lot more affordable than buying a dedicated moisturizer for your face. So that's one thing where I just decided I'm not going to buy moisturizer, I'm just going to buy good body lotion and use it on my face. And I like to have things with like ceramides. You can look into what you want out of your lotion. Gold Bond has a lot of options, like there's a retinol one. There are a lot of great lotions out there that have really good ingredients for skin, you know, skin on your face and skin on your body. So that's the first thing. Another thing, this might be a little bit more controversial, is fragranced body washes. I like to have a fragrance-free body wash because I can use it on my face, I can use it in like private areas, and I don't like to use a fragranced body wash for those areas. I would rather use a fragrance-free body wash. So just having one body wash to have in my shower instead of the fragranced ones as well, it just works out for me. I understand that there's a lot of people out there who really love their fragrance body wash and it motivates them to shower, and if that's you, then don't take this tip, you know. Like, I don't really care about that. So because for me, my body wash doesn't really linger, and I have fragrance lotion and perfume and that kind of thing, so I'm more into that than getting my fragrance from shower gels. But by all means, if you love your fragrance body wash and you love having all these different scents, then keep doing that. Just for me, I've just learned that I think I'm just gonna stick to buying fragrance-free body wash, so I could just have one body wash in my shower instead of like a bunch of different ones. I like having an organized shower without a lot of different like shower bins, you know. I just have two, and I like to have different hair shampoos and stuff like that. That's where I like to have more variety. So I'd rather just use this base for different products besides just a lot of body wash. On the similar note are body scrubs, because I could just get those exfoliating gloves and exfoliate that way instead of buying a dedicated body scrub. Also because I just don't like opening the jar, then digging in the jar. And I don't know, I'm just not really, I haven't been a body scrub person. I've gone through them before, you know, I've had body scrubs before, but they've always been a little bit inconvenient for me. So I like the gloves more. Another thing are multiples of the same product. So I'm thinking of like foundation, concealer, that kind of thing. Although I have been very lucky to have been decluttered a lot of these items too. So, a friend of mine decluttered a lot to me. So I have 4 different foundations and a few different concealers from a friend of mine. But in general, I'm not going to buy a bunch of different foundations because they do expire, and expired foundation is definitely not something I want to mess around with because it can really like break you out and cause a lot of skin irritation, and that's just not something I want to deal with. But I also just don't want to throw out perfectly like a full bottle or half bottles of foundation. I did that before when I was buying in like 2008, 2009, 10 era. I would buy a lot of foundations, and I ended up having to throw a lot of them out. So for a while now, I just kind of buy 1 or 2 at a time. I'm not interested in having 5 to 10 plus foundations. I think 3 is good, and then just buying new ones as I use them up, because I just don't see myself using more than like 3 at a time before they expire, I guess. I hope that makes sense. And same with concealers, and then eyeshadow primers. I actually have a few, but I'm trying to get through those, and I'm not buying any more primers until I get through what I have. Next thing are cream blushes. I just did a quick count. I have 10 cream blushes right now, and cream blushes go bad faster than powder products. So I am not buying any more cream blushes until I use up what I have, or they go bad, which I'm hoping. I like to use up my makeup. It's why I like project panning. I just enjoy the satisfaction of using up makeup products, and in general all of my consumable items. I just hate the feeling of throwing something out that still has product in it. So my goal is I want to use up what I have as far as cream blushes go, and not buy any cream blush until I use up what I have, because 10 is a lot for me. A good amount of these were actually decluttered items, so I didn't pay for them, and I might accept more. I have friends that declutter to me, I declutter to friends, so I might still accept cream blushes from other people, but I'm not buying them myself. Same goes for highlighters. I have 12 highlighters. 4 are from a single palette, but still 12 is a lot. And that's another thing where I will still accept some highlighters that friend declutters to me, and I'm okay with that, but just not buying anymore. With the exception of, this might seem a little bit hypocritical, but if you've been around before on my channel, I like to collect makeup. And I'm not like a makeup hoarder, but I like to collect things for packaging, like IP collabs, that type of thing. And I'm thinking right now about this Sigma Little Mermaid collection that's coming out from Sigma Beauty. And I plan to get that palette, and I also think I'm gonna get the highlighter, but I'm not going to use it. I just want to have it because I think the packaging is so cute. It's like a little seashell, and yeah, I want that highlighter, but I don't intend on using it. And I know that's weird and kind of like I don't know what the word is, like counterproductive, counterintuitive. It doesn't go along with the rest of this video. But I do have makeup that I like to collect for packaging purposes, and I'm not going to stop doing that, at least anytime soon, unless I change my mind for whatever reason. I still enjoy collecting makeup items just to have and display, although I don't have a display for them right now. I had it in my previous place, but that's a long story that I don't want to get into. And if you've been on my channel before, you know that we moved and all that. So I do have like a little makeup museum that I'm going to have again. So I will continue to buy things for my makeup museum. But as far as buying highlighters for the sake of actually using, I really don't need it anymore because they all kind of like do the same thing. I mean, they have like a different hue and there's the subtle differences, but for the most part, I really don't need 10 highlighters, or I already forgot how much I have, but I don't need that many highlighters, and I don't think I'll even go through them before they go bad. So I also can use a lot of different eyeshadows as highlighters as well. So yeah, I just don't see myself buying a highlighter for like the next decade probably. Same with bronzers. I don't have that many bronzers. I have 2 minis and 3 powders and then a cream bronzer, but I kind of want to use up what I have before I get another bronzer, because it'll take me a while to go through them, because their powder, it takes a while to go through bronzers. It takes a while to go through blush. It takes a while to go through it takes a really long time to go through a highlighter, so I'm not buying those. And then a similar vein of thought are cheap drugstore blushes and bronzers, or blushes, highlighters, whatever, because they break, the packaging breaks, and I think it's more worth it, in my opinion, to just save and get, you know, a really nice high-end blush that's gonna last you for years, and it's gonna make your experience of putting on makeup much more enjoyable, and you'll cherish it more. So I think having like 2 or 3 really nice blushes is better than having 20 cheap blushes, and it's more the packaging that I don't enjoy. And that's for blushes and highlighters and that kind of thing, not for things that I go through somewhat quickly, like concealer or foundation or mascaras. A lot of things I will still continue to buy from the drugstore. I primarily get makeup from the drugstore outside of eyeshadow palettes, but pretty much all of my high-end makeup that isn't eyeshadow palettes is from friends. So yeah, I'm still love buying things from the drugstore, buying affordable makeup. I do think it might be worth it to get foundation and concealer from Sephora or Ulta or wherever, where you can actually get shade matched and get the proper shade and not have to like buy a bunch of different foundations to get the one that matches you. So I think it would be better to buy one $40 foundation versus 10 $13 foundations that don't match you perfectly or aren't exactly what you're looking for. That's just my opinion. And I also think that's just like a smart way to spend money, is to just buy one really good thing versus a bunch of things that are just okay, mediocre, less than okay. So moving on, pigmented lip gloss. This is something I learned that I just don't think I'll want to get again, are like pigmented lip glosses, because I'm thinking about like this one. This is from NYX. This is in the shade Rocky Road. Now this is pigmented and it's a gloss and it's messy, and I've just learned that I don't like pigmented lip glosses that are a darker color. I feel like if it's pigmented and it's light, then that's different, but this is a dark color and I don't like them, so I'm not gonna get those again. It's just not my thing. Another random thing are sharpenable lip pencils or eyeliners. Like, I realized I'd much rather get retractable ones that you can just roll up, you know, like this. You could just roll this up and you don't have to worry about sharpening it. The reason I don't like the sharpening ones or because they get to a point where they're just not the same size, you know, like you sharpen them and they go down and down and down. But I like to store mine in a little cup. So it's kind of silly, but also I realize I'm just not gonna get lip liners or eyeliners that you have to sharpen, because I'd rather just get the retractable ones. And I know the formulas on some of the pencil ones are better than the retractable ones. Like, I know MAC has a really good lip liner formula, Charlotte Tilbury, NYX is good. I hear the e.l.f. ones are good. And sometimes those tempt me, but I realize that I just don't like having them like be different sizes and not being able to store them all together, and having them some random ones like where they don't stand up in their container anymore, so I have to like put them in other spots, and it's a whole thing that I've just learned about myself. I just am not really interested in getting any more sharpenable pencils. I guess the exception would be this Benefit Highbrow. I can see myself getting another one of these, but it's like the only one of its kind, I guess, like it, you know. And then the last thing is blushes that are like the same colors to what I have, because I have a lot. Like, I don't really need another peachy mauvey pink blush, you know. I have these in here, I have this one, and yeah, so I'm not gonna get another like nude blush. I guess like the blushes that if I get another blush, it'll be something different than what I already have. Same thing with lip colors. Like, I'm trying not to get, you know I love a brownish nude, and I have like 4 of those, so I don't need any more brown nudes. So just makeup products where I have a bunch of the same color, I just need to know what I have and not get more products of the same category that are the same colors. That's something I recommend for you all as well, unless you're a beauty YouTuber that likes to review a bunch of the same products, which I find those videos very helpful. So if that's you, then keep doing that. But for the average person like myself, I don't need 5 different lipsticks of the same color or 10 different blushes of the same color. So those are all of the products that I wanted to talk about. Please let me know in the comments if you have any makeup items that you're not purchasing, or if you've heard of Underconsumption core and what your thoughts are on it, or just anything related to this topic. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. But yeah, that is all I have. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!